They like jet airplanes. They like long limousines.
And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said, "Are you ready?"
You're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Let's get some love! Hey yo! Ooh, yeah!
With your host, Kinny, Killa, and the Galdem Sugar Show. Hello everyone and welcome to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is Sunday. It's episode 34. I am the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny Killa. And you know I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Galdem Sugar Shugs.
Yo.
Yo. You know, it's going to be, what, so is it 7 in a row, Steve? Is it 7?
I think so.
Well, you know, that's the voice of the master of the top rope elbow, Mr. Steve Dawson.
Hello, everybody.
And don't forget, the brother of the show, the brother of the segue, it is Jason Clarkson.
Hi, guys.
Hi. How you doing, Jace?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Tired.
Yeah. Had a little bit about a poker with Jason yesterday. Went a little bit reckless towards the end, so did I. Ended up finishing third, so you know how it is. Ended up coming back 3 a.m. Yeah, we got to get a Sunday Segue poker going on soon. Steal your money, Shugs. Steal your money. Yeah, so how you doing anyway, Shugs?
Yeah, man, I'm okay. We actually got our first point of the season yesterday.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, so like we played 12 and now we've drawn 1. Lost 11, drawn 1. So we're on the way back.
Everyone can feel your pain. It's like, that's the stories of every week. Just, how is Shugs football team doing?
Yeah, so we're on the way back. We're back.
Okay, and you're Newport County doing good on your FIFA?
Yeah, my FIFA's coming through. It's just too much work to be playing FIFA now, you know?
Yeah. Big man Christian Jolly. Don't ramp. All right, people. I'm just going to give, your free shout outs. Just make sure you follow us on Twitter. It's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. Follow our email. That's sundaysegue@gmail.com. Listen to our old episodes on Podomatic, YouTube, and iTunes. And don't forget to download that Double Twist player. So, shout outs. Let's just go on to our Twitter again. There's been a lot of people following us recently, which is great. Got a shout out at Beyond Attitude 1. Also, shout out to Urab guy, mass wrestling fan. Thanks for following us. Also, Faces versus Hill, at MByron _AJ Lee fan, at Eric W Tolley, and also at the Hurricanrana. Thank you for following us, guys. We'll give you a shout out on Twitter later on in the day. So, I am looking for the first lady of Sunday Segue. We are looking for the first lady, people. One of the first ladies on the show. Obviously, we have Sierra, who is, quote-unquote, the sister of the Sunday Segue, but we're looking for the first lady of the Sunday Segue. So, I'm shouting out all you guys out there. Hannah Price, make sure you holler, okay? Just check out the show. Make sure you holler. We're looking for that first lady of Sunday Segue.
So what, Kinny, did your mum turn down your offer then to be on the show?
That's Dubs 101, people. All right, so anyone else want to do a quick shout out?
Hi, Mum. I love you.
Oh.
She didn't even listen. I don't know why I'm wasting my time.
All right, I'll just give one more quick shout out to Sierra and King J, Angry Marks Network, Angry Marks Podcast. Make sure you follow them, Stevie J, all of them, Seth Draken, follow them, holler. Right, so let's just go straight into Raw, which was in the UK, people. It was in Manchester. I have, a bit of qualms with that. Why the hell you're in Manchester and you have a red telephone box and a black cab?
Thank
They
you.
always do it. They always bring out the cab and the phone box wherever they are.
No. Oh man.
Jace, I know you want to go in.
It's just that they have no idea on UK culture. Like literally, it says it's in Manchester. WWE have no idea on UK cultures. They have a London black cab and a red telephone box.
And then they have Big Show going out in a black cab because he's going to go for a beer. How stereotypical. I swear they all think we're like made in Chelsea. God damn. Anyway, let's go straight into Raw. Manchester, the Phones For You Arena, which Shugs got a massive retweet from, who was it, Shugs?
Waiting, mate, waiting.
King. What did he say?
He was just saying it sounds like a piece of shit. He was just like, this place sounds, and he said it sounds like some Chinese knockoff shop where you go to get your phone ripped and, you know, whatever. And then then I just tweeted him and I was just like, wait, you're right, it is a piece of shit. I said, no one goes to Phones For You, and he retweeted it.
That's where I got my very first mobile phone, a Sagem.
Say no more.
All right. So anyway, Phones For You Arena, segment 1: Orton, Kane, Maddox, and Vickie. Like, I don't know. I always question this. Like, how has Orton, Shugs, made it like so far in the business, and he can't even talk? This guy bores me to sleep when he talks.
Because he's got the look. You know, look at all the other people. Look at Ultimate Warrior. He just talked complete gibberish and just shouted at people. But he had a great look. You know, Orton's a better talker than the Ultimate Warrior. At least he makes sense. It may be slow and, you know, methodical or whatever, but at least he's not a complete lunatic.
True.
You know?
True.
If you look back at the 80s, a lot of them didn't even actually say anything. They were just shouting. They were just ramping.
I mean, Jimmy Snooker used to just go, ooh, 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 and that was it.
Yeah, so I suppose, you know, and he's still a better talker than people like, who's the one who had the tag team with Miz? John Morrison. You know?
Yeah.
If you look at John Morrison, he's got everything about him that he means he should be like a main eventer, but he can't talk as well as Orton, so I suppose it's like a sliding scale. He's not the worst, but he's nowhere near the best. He's just in the middle.
Yeah. Jace, Maddox got a pop, bro, from the UK crowd. What was that all about?
Do you know, I didn't really notice that one. I noticed the heckling and the banter with Vickie Guerrero. They were going nuts when she came out.
She couldn't get a word in. Like, literally, she was getting vexed.
Oh, man, loved it.
She was getting vexed. Steve, explain to me, though, yeah, how Vickie can overrule the Raw GM.
I have no idea. That's what I put on my notes. Vickie is legit GM. She overrules the GM. She overrules Kane, who's the director of operations, and she overrules the WWE champion. That's what I was saying a few weeks ago. There's just too many authority figures. It's ridiculous.
By the way, what the hell is Kane's title even mean? Directors of
I don't know.
Operations.
Well, Triple H refused to answer. He was like, "You'll see." So I don't think they know. It's like, when we figure it out, we'll tell you. You know, that's basically what it was.
Oh, God. Well, basically, that's what this segment was. And then they went back and forth discussing who's going to face who. And then Vickie was just like, yeah, I trump all you lot. It's going to be Randy Orton versus CodyDust. And when I heard CodyDust, as you do, we kind of get a little bit hyped, apart from, you know, the theme song. But we get a little bit hyped. The crowd was going in on Orton like they always do. Like, when Orton comes to Britain, okay, they always go in on him. There was parts of it, especially at the beginning, which it was just boring, and I thought, Shiggs, that it was gonna speed up like last week, but it just felt dead.
I just think that, I don't know, it was just like a generally slow start to the whole show. Too much talking, and then when they went in, it's just like I suppose they were just talking with their feet, like, you know, they were just stood there, just like, do something, you know, get us hyped, like, you know, you want us to get cheering, you want to get us in the match, do something, and they didn't really do anything, you know.
Yeah,
they weren't. I think they're past the stage where they're just happy to see the people over here, and they're just gonna cheer for anything. They were just like, well, this is some bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
First of all, Triple H and Stephanie ain't here, so we're missing it on the main part of the storyline, and then you're feeding up this bullshit, and we're not having it.
Well, like, obviously this match was a lot different than, like, CodyDust's, like, recent matches. They've just been so fast-paced, so good. But this one, it just seemed... Why do you reckon it seems so different, you know?
Maybe the other times we've had somebody in there to help out Randy Orton. Or you've had the Shield in there. Most of the time it's been the Shield. So maybe Orton's just couldn't carry the match. Because that's the only difference.
Okay. Just got a text message from Ed E2J. E2J just got a text message from him saying that he wish he could be on the show, but he's waiting for a work call. Bloody Sunday. So yeah, hit up E2J. Hopefully he'll be back at some point.
Miss you, fam. Before we move on, I just wanted to point out the first quote. JBL had a few doozies on Raw, and this one I quite like to start off the show, and I quote, "Didn't Vickie Guerrero look nice? She looked like a Spice Girl."
I'll write that down as well. Old Spice.
Old Spice. Could you imagine on them Old Spice adverts?
He had a few tonight.
I'm on a
JBL.
horse.
Power.
Oh, Jace used to love them. Well, before I do move on, Steve, like, obviously at the end we saw the Big Show spot. He came in and he chokeslammed Orton through the table. Do you reckon it was in the right place on the show?
I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, the stuff with Orton and Vickie and Kane, all that really sent the crowd to sleep. So I think bringing out Big Show at that point was a good idea. It was the best chokeslam I've seen in a while, and I think show looks really motivated. I'm actually looking forward to their match, even though it'd probably be a disappointment. But this segment got me interested in the match.
Okay. Right, so move on to segment 3. Los Matadores and Santino Marella versus 3 Megabytes. Union Jacks.
The Union Jacks.
Jace, what was your thoughts when they came out as the Union Jacks in dating attire?
Get ready for the ding, because here comes the word. The Union Jacks came out with some douchebaggery. What was with the Union Jack uniform? Oh man. Again, it's like they went into the wardrobe of, the Spice Girl cast-offs and just took some of Jerry Halliwell's stuff and thought, we can make trousers out of this.
This piece of shit.
But no, I loved the gimmick with the ball. I love just love the Cobra. Loving it.
Steve, we had Union Jacks wearing the Union Jacks. They're in England, obviously. They got a pop. Could they at least have won?
Well, they won. I think they won last week on main event. So you don't really want to. They're meant to be a jobber tag team, and having them win too many matches, it spoils it a bit.
You don't want to upset the JLB.
But yeah, I thought it was quite a fun little match. Obviously, we've seen Los Matadores against 3MB so many times, but like I was saying last week, I want to see them do more with them 3MB, and I think this was something a bit different. It was something more fun.
I did enjoy when the tune, and then when they came out Union Jacks, I was like, you know what, Wendy's looking kind of slick. He's got the Union Jacks. Shugs, is Los Matadores over before it's even started, man?
Well, it's just one of those ones that it's more about, once the entrance is over, then there's not much left. It's just, Epico and Primo, and they never did shit before, like, do you know what I mean? So, it depends how far El Torito can get them, really.
Yeah. Alright, move on to segment 4.
Before we move on, it was another JBL moment. JBL said, and I quote, "I wonder if they have bullfighting here in Manchester, and I wonder if Wayne Rooney went to it and then got into football." To which Michael Cole responded with, "Yes, he plays for the Manchester United."
Oh, I hate Michael Cole says that like the
He puts
Manchester
in
United.
front of everything.
Like the Manchester United. Don't you ever. And yes, Steve, the team got dealt with last week. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. The Manchester United.
It wasn't good.
Jace, please just jump in just jump in with the JBL. The JBL stuff.
The thing is when Bingus mentioned previously that the King was making comments that were just really cringeworthy, and I was like, JBL is on one tonight, and then they were talking about, oh yeah, Manchester United got a victory over the Arsenal. Like, what?
Oh Lord, they might as well just go back to calling it soccer. Segment 4: Sandow versus Kofi. Now, guys, our number one fan, Lewis Hatton, was meant to be on the show today, but something came up, so he sends his apologies. And I was going to direct this question at him, but I'll direct this question at Shugs, which is, he's obviously the next Sandow mark. Sandow was booked strong, against Kofi, which must kind of make you happy, Shugs.
Yeah, apparently on the dirt sheets they're saying that like Vince McMahon was really happy with the cash in, even though it didn't go well. He was happy with the way Sandow looks and stuff like that. And really, when we come to wrestling, you don't really have to get over with the crowd. You have to get over with Vince McMahon, because the crowd could love your ass, but if Vince don't, you ain't shit. So I just think that I think he's gone about it the right way. He's done what's asked of him all the way through. This is his second gimmick. So his first gimmick failed. He went away, worked hard. He's come back, and then I think if he just carries on, that he'll eventually get his rewards. And if they keep booking him strong, we'll soon forget about the Money in the Bank run where he was looking weak every single week, every single show.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, can we see him with the strap? Could we see him at least with a world heavyweight title around his shoulder? Because I mean, they're talking about him being a top guy, and he has got a gimmick that can take him there, can't he?
For me personally, I think Sandow's a mid carder. I don't see him as a world champion. I think he could get there. I think if he's popular enough, if Vince was happy with the failed cash, and I think he could get there. But for me, there's something missing. There's something missing from his character. I don't think it's a main event gimmick, to be honest.
I hear you. There's just a little something missing there. But he's got the beginnings of something, and hopefully they can find out, or hopefully he can kind of draw that out himself. Because, I mean, when he first came in, obviously seeing that gimmick on NXT and stuff, SCW, I was like, okay, we got something here. So hopefully he can kind of draw that next phase of, the Sandowisms. Jace, do you like his new finisher? You're welcome.
I like the name.
Okay. But
it goes well. The move isn't like a big finish.
Is it like full Nelson Slam?
It's I want to see something real grotesque, but I won't say it. It just wasn't that great.
That's unlike you to not say something grotesque.
No, I just thought, the other day I commented on your swearing, and I just thought that would cross a line. So I would be good today.
Okay, me too. I'm sorry, people. I was a bit on one last week, and Jason did slap my wrist a bit, and say, look, Kinny, you kind of have to cool out a little bit on that, and I understand. So I'm sorry, people. But I'll cool out a little bit, okay? But I can't excuse it for rants. I'm sorry. Can't excuse it for rants. All right, well, segment 5, we had Big Ziggler versus the Weetabix Dry Lunch. Oh, yeah. Just
the Sesame Seed Snap Bandit.
That's the one. That is the one. The Sesame Seed. Jay, say it again, please.
The Sesame Seed Snap Bandit. You get those little yellow packets, and it's got like 2 wafers that are just made of sesame seeds.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Please tweet that picture. Bingus, send that. Yeah, just tweet it out and put Bingus in it, and just see if that if he approves of that one. Jace, at any point, did you believe that Ziggler could actually win the title?
I wanted him to, but WWE doesn't tend to do what I want.
Yeah.
So I just kind of seen it. It's one of those things where the second the Famouser came out and it was a failed fall, I was like, it's not going anywhere, is it?
No, it's saying something if you can't even if you're not even beating the dry lunch, man. This guy, he obviously beat him last week, and WWE keep doing this. Okay, the guy beats the champion, so that automatically means he deserves a title shot, but then he loses. It's so played out. It is so played out. So in this case, if that is happening, Steve, what the hell are they doing with the Weetabix kid?
I definitely think they need to build up the IC title again, but as we all know, Axel isn't the one to do it. He's okay in the ring. He's perfectly fine in the ring, but he's just so dry. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna put this out there about Ziggler now, and you guys can comment if you want. Like, I really don't think Ziggler's gonna come back from this fall from Grace. You know, I kind of think he's had it now. I generally cannot see him holding a main strap.
I'd like to disagree with you, but I think you're right.
Like, Shugs, what's your thought on that?
I think it's always possible for everyone to come back. You know, some people have been nowhere and came back. It just depends how long he's in this, like, holding pattern, you know? How long they keep him in there. I just think that, because as long as the crowd don't give up on him, I think there's a possibility that he can stay. But then, like, giving him an IC run, will that bring him back? He needs to have that world title. He needs to be injected back into there.
And I agree. I completely agree. I don't really want to say that he's not going to come back, but there's something I just feel like he's not going to make it back, man. Okay, segment 6. Big Mummy Cool Tamina versus Nikki Bella, and I'm just going to make it short and sweet and then wait for Jason to bust some joke at the end. Right, so I'm just going to say this, right? The feud is just boring. Just stop it now, all right? This is how the match played out, okay? Yada, yada, yada. Divas fighting, yada, yada, yada. Nikki tried to Hulk up, realized that she wasn't Hulk Hogan, bit more like the Brooklyn Brawler, took a big boot to the face, took the Big Mummy Cool splash. That's all she wrote. End of story. Jace, say something funny.
Every time I hear the Bella scream, "Come on!" I say, "Your face." And
oh my god!
I just don't get it. I don't get it. She just keeps screaming every time she does something. Come on! And then I say, "Your face."
Shugs, did you see?
How do you expect me to comment after that?
No. It's something about the law. I'm sure that they were talking about something about Bree's fighting pose.
Oh yeah, well she stood over and had a fist. And she was just like, you know, it was supposed to be her victory pose, and she's like, "Urgh," but like she just looks like a complete pum. To quote Kinny Killa, she looked like a complete pum. She's a pum.
She just looks so awkward. It's just like that is just the most aggressive look. You know, am I meant to be scared of you? I don't think so. Big Mummy Cool just stared at you like you weren't nothing, just like Shug said.
Apparently, like loads of people were messaging in, and they were like, Tamina is a lot better looking in person than on TV. That's what they were saying. Like when you go there and you see her in the flesh, she's much better looking. And I'm like, well, she does look ugly on TV. So
the camera adds £10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man said ugly. Yes. Patois 101. No English, straight patois. All right, well, let's move on. Segment 7, Fandango versus Tyson Kidd. Again, Steve, Fandango's tights.
Yep, Fandango's Union Jack tights. I read online that this was a reward of because Vince thought that the night after WrestleMania crowd, that was down to the Europeans. So, and obviously we had the campaign to get Fandango's theme into the top 40. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to get Fandango over more in the UK, it seems.
I mean, how far did that get? It got to like number 44 or something, didn't it?
I read it missed out on the number 40 spot by about 150 copies. They almost got it. They almost got into the top 40.
That would have been so good.
Yeah. To hear Fandango's theme on national radio, that would have been good. You
would have had everyone marking out, man. Jeez. Right, let me just put this out there to all you guys. Anyone you can comment. And we've talked about this before a little bit. Like, what's your views on WWE kind of like booking matches based on Total Divas? Because literally, this is what it kind of was.
I personally hate it.
Is this right? Is it?
Because I don't want to watch. I haven't watched an episode of Total Divas, and you know I'm glad it's doing good for the company. But then, you know, it's either part of the show or it's not. They can't just pick and choose. They never actually run with anything 100%. You know? So, like, if NXT storylines don't affect the main storyline, then why should Total Divas?
True.
Yeah.
You know? They're either all in or not at all, like, you know? So you get people, you know, somebody might even have, like, a gimmick change when they come from NXT to the main roster, and then we're just supposed to forget about it. But then Total Divas is it's bullshit, man. The show is not kayfabe, but yet they're crossing over into wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? If the show is real, Total Divas, then they shouldn't be using their real names and then coming back into wrestling and being their characters.
Yeah,
there should be no line between the two.
Yeah, that is awkward, proper awkward. I just don't get it. I just don't get why in that video clip it had to involve the Fool. That's what I'm just gonna call her from now on, right? Eva Marie, just the Fool. just using up valuable time on the TV. Like they could have used that couple seconds just to even show Emma's face, just to even run a little Emma promo, maybe even a little Paige promo. But no, they had the Fool in there acting like she can wrestle, getting taught by Tyson Kidd. Just get off the screen, man. Oh god. All right, let's move on from that. Segment 8: Cena, John Cena, I should say, versus Real Americans, Swagger and Cesaro. Views on the match, Shugs?
I just think that obviously they were holding off doing the big swing with Cena because, you know, whether he's going to let himself get like swung around by what's his face? I can't remember anyone's name today. Huh? Cesaro. Yeah, so I just think that it was a good match. They were good spots. But then, you know, I just wanted to see Cena just get swung and just dropped on his head. Yeah. That's what I wanted to see.
The crowd was popping for it.
I hate Cena more now he's come back than I ever did before.
I hear that.
Seems like he's just ramping up the Cena bit. He's turned up the volume on it. On his actual Cena-isms. He's getting so much heat from the crowd since he's come back.
Yeah, loads. I mean, it was a little bit mixed with in, you know, when they were just in the UK. I mean, I heard it was worse on house shows.
On SmackDown, they were going in. They even had some guy dressed up as like Superman who like stood up, and everyone was like, because that's the latest chant now, Superman. They're like Superman, but not in a good way. They're dissing him, you know.
I mean, Cesaro was over again. He didn't even swing Cena. Just the picking up his legs, Jace, and that just sent them off.
I wanted to see the swing. That's the thing. Everybody wanted to see it, and it was a good choice to not do it because it's just something that will come up later on. Well, you know, it'll be revisited.
But, yeah. Steve, I did like one bit though, right? I'm not gonna lie. Cena did do a nice little float over into a powerbomb. Like,
that was good.
It seems good. It seems like he's like, we get one new Cena move like every year, you know, like we get.
he can surprise us. I mean, earlier on the year he busted out a Hurricane Rana on CM Punk, didn't he, in the match in February, I think it was.
Yeah, like one Cena move a year. First it was Wrestling 101, drop kick. Then it was Hurricane Rana. Then we get crossbody, and now it looks like he's put in a powerbomb. Yeah. So during the end of this, Steve, Big E saves Cena from Del Rito, and you got a good pop, and there was some Big E chants.
Yep, he's doing well. I can't understand why he hasn't been given the IC title yet. I mean, like, he had that match with Dry Lunch on Main Event that was cancelled because Axel was too
hurt
dry.
Both his hips.
Yeah,
somehow.
His hips just snapped because they were just too dry. Yeah, but I thought now Axel's been back a couple of weeks. I thought they would have had a rematch. So at the moment, Big E's just sort of floating around, not doing much. But yeah, the UK crowd seem to love him, same as a lot of recent crowds.
Yeah, I mean, he is floating around, but it looks like he's been floating around with the big boys, which we'll talk about in 2 segments time. Does anyone else want to say anything else about this match?
I just wanted to go back and just a little note I had, and I forgot to mention it. An hour 20 in, when Zeb's given his, put your hand on your chest and say, "We the people," there's this one kid who puts his hand on his chest, and a kid next to him looks a lot like a young Napoleon Dynamite, looks so confused as to why the hell this other kid has put his hand on his chest and said, "We the people." I'm going to try and find the frame. I'm going to post it up in a second. I love the reaction. It's beautiful.
And another thing, thanks for the tweet out, Jace. I just seen the response by Big Gus.
Yeah. I'll just read it out real quick. So obviously I just wrote out, we're recording right now discussing the Sesame Seed Snap Bandit retaining his title. Hashtag Bingus Biscuits. And Bingus just said drier than Gandhi's flip flop.
He's got away with words, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's Bingus, alright. Oh god. Alright, so let's move on to segment 9, which is entitled, for Sugs purposes, Ryback versus Pushback. You see what I did there?
Are you aware that he's the suntan Superman?
I
that is one of the lyrics, and that's what's been getting the hashtags. I'm the suntan Superman.
Oh, let's just go straight into it. What, like, R-Truth come out like he was 2 Chainz.
Got some new lyrics, mate.
Yeah, what do you think of the bars?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was better than the same old shit he's been doing for like about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought it was good. Going in on, who was he fighting against?
Ryback. Are you drunk?
going in on Ryback, talking about his bad breath and stuff. So,
his teeth ducking.
Apparently he's got a new album coming out. That's why they're pushing this. That's why you started rapping again. And like 2 other tracks featuring John Cena.
That's a dream team right there.
I'm getting it.
And obviously I don't know whether they'll get the one with JBL, because JBL's always saying he's going to rap with him. They're going to go rapping in Manchester, in a pub in Manchester.
Oh, joke. There was one note, right? They said, I saw R-Truth get dashed, right, by his hair, okay? And I just thought, they just better just cool out, otherwise, like, the pushback would just get worse. And he might end up on the Advanced Hair Studio advert like Shane Warne.
Belgravia.
Yeah. Oh my god, Shane Warne, fucking, what's his name? Michael Vaughan, Shane Warne, just all of them. Just on the
Jeremy Aladier.
Oh, bruv, I had to laugh when I seen that. Jeremy Aladier, really? This guy hasn't been mentioned for years, and all of a sudden he is on this Belgravia Advanced Hair Studio advert. Come like Zidane. French dude lost his hair when he was fucking
Don't diss Aladier, he's an Arsenal legend.
Scored like 1 goal in 26 games.
Yeah, scored about 3 goals in the League Cup about 10 years ago.
Oh my god, them Arsenal youngsters, you gotta love them.
Yeah.
One guy I will mention, Ryo Mayachi. Sorry, son. Like, good guy, but don't know where you're at right now.
No, I'm not a big... He's gone downhill.
Uh-huh. I mean, Jace, was you surprised that the Ryback lost?
Nah. I was surprised that, it happened in the ring. He normally just walks out and gets himself counted out. But, it was a cheeky little anticlimactic pinfall, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, or cheeky roll-up.
Yeah.
Like we said last week, the monster has now become the Monster Pum.
Monster Pum.
Yep.
That's a quote right there. You should get that on a t-shirt.
Monster Pum.
Apparently, if they can't pull off the Goldberg match,
I know what you're going to say.
They're going to have him fight with Brock Lesnar.
Which means a babyface turn, right?
A babyface turn.
Rastafari.
Like, why?
Simonanaya.
No one is interested in Ryback. And especially, I don't want to waste a Brock Lesnar match on Ryback. Mm-hmm. Because, we know that Lesnar don't fight for free, and he don't turn up on house shows, and he, don't turn up on TV tapings most of the time. He just rocks up for, pay-per-views, and then has probably the match of the night most of the time. So who wants to see him fight this idiot?
Exactly.
Nobody.
No one. Fool. Alright, go to segment 10. Big E. Big E runs in on Del Rio trying to bust up Cena. Big E gets the shot against Del Rio. Gets a fight with Del Rio. Steve, last couple of weeks I've been coming to you about Big E. Last 2 weeks Big E's faced obviously Orton, Del Rio, and he's lost, and he's looked good. Like, what positives can his character kind of take from this now? Because obviously fighting with the the quote unquote big boys, it can only kind of bring him forward in his run up the card.
Yeah, I think Well, I think they'll put one of the either the IC or the US title on him relatively soon. I think, yeah, putting him against the big boys, even though he's losing, he's lost I think all of the matches against all the big boys. But yeah, the rubble do him good.
Big E. I just hope that they do a slow, takes the IC title, makes it credible. I prefer him to have the IC than the US title, because I don't really like the look of the US title anymore. It's a bit small. It's a bit on the small side. I like the big IC title. I don't even think that what's it called, US title could even fit around his titties, let alone his waist. So yeah. Let's just quickly and swiftly move on to segment 11, which is entitled Poor Heyman for Sugs purposes. So Sugs, roll with it, please.
I suppose it's good to see Paul Heyman. We got the little preview last week with him being in Europe with his doctors on the telephone. But then, I don't know, it's just like we thought this was over, Although Heyman on the mic is always just gold, and he delivered a good promo and stuff like that. But he was basically going in on Ryback. That was good. It's nice to hear him diss Ryback because he was basically just shit. But why is he still chatting about CM Punk? He already got the beating, so why is he still running his mouth still? And I just thought this was done. I thought it was over. I thought the beating he got on top of the cage or whatever was going to be enough, but obviously they're still dragging it out.
Well, did the beatdown symbolize the end? Did it?
Well, how many beatdowns symbolize the end?
True. This is like the third one, isn't it?
Yeah, just a candlestick and a beatdown again. And it was just but then it was just a waste because they played the music for Daniel Bryan and he's still just lying on the floor in the ring.
Heyman comes like Ricardo Rodriguez now. He's already bust up and he's just getting bust up again. It's just awkward. The guy's just all got a neck brace on. By the way, that is how you sell an injury. Right? You get messed up. Daniel Bryan gets the thing in his face, gets the carriage in his face. He's back the next week. Heyman just gets a couple kendo sticks to the back and the guy's in a wheelchair.
Classic Paul.
I want him to come out in a full body cast, because that would have just been
my God. Oh my
Next
God.
week it'll come.
So obviously Punk comes out, destroys bloody Heyman, and then gives one hell of a GTS to the Weetabix kid. This guy just keeps getting dealt with, man. Weetabix kid, I just actually don't feel sorry for him. But then Daniel Bryan comes out to start a match. Just quickly, I don't know if anyone noticed, but the guy pushing, there was someone, whether on a house show or whether it was actually on Raw, pushing Paul Heyman down to the ring. It was Billy Kidman. I didn't spot that. It was, look on the dirt sheets, there's a picture of Billy Kidman pushing Heyman down to the ring, right? And he's meant to be the European doctor. And just go on Heyman's Twitter, there's a picture of him being pushed by Billy Kidman, who looks a lot bigger, a lot chubbier, because obviously Kidman always had that baby face, and now he's looking not old, but a little bit older. So yeah, check that out. Segment 12, so we ran into Punk and Bryan versus The Shield. Thoughts on the match, Steve?
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. When they announced it at the first segment, I thought this is an internet fan's dream match. You've got the dream team of Punk versus Bryan, and you've got Ambrose. All the Ambrose fangirls will be squealing, and you've got Seth Rollins, and it was a really, really enjoyable match. I think Punk and Bryan worked well together, and I really enjoyed it. Best main event in a few weeks, I think.
Shugs, they teased the Wyatt and Shield feud. Was this too soon?
I don't know whether it was too soon, but it was just I think it was just good to see, just to have them in the ring, and the crowd went absolutely fucking nuts.
Their shit.
Yeah, people just lost their minds. People went crazy, So I think that was good. If they're trying to gauge interest, then that was a good way of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit of an altercation, a bit of just have each other in their faces, and I think it was good.
Okay, well, Jace, Usos and CodyDust come out. They all, we had the Shield and Wyatt's briefly stop their feud and turn on You know, turn on Bryan and Punk. I actually
The thing
thought they
is,
might have get smashed up.
while I was watching this, like, you know, it's all kicking off, and it, you know, I got quite lost in it because it didn't feel scripted. You know, like when the Wyatts turned up, it was like, oh, you know, they're in for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, just that, you know, these people have then turned up, obviously saving them. It was just a massive brawl. It was just insane. It was just so good because it was like 12 guys in the ring, and
Something
you know,
like
it was really good.
So do you think we'll see a 6-on-6 Survivor Series match then?
I don't reckon it'd be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I reckon they get it, just because that was really good because it wasn't really expected and it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were half expecting some sort of beatdown to come Punk's and Bryan's way, but the way they switched it up was just really good. So I think if they tried to make that then into a match, yeah. The thing that made it so good is it was so spur of the moment how it felt, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear that. All right. That was it, people. That was Raw.
Like you were saying there, like Survivor Series. Next week is the go home show. So this Monday is the go home show.
Mm-hmm.
So how many matches have we got for this? Like one of the big 4 pay-per-views. How many matches have actually been announced?
3, I think.
Well, we got Del Rio Cena. We got Orton and Big Show.
And Punk and Bryan versus the Wyatts they've announced as well.
Oh, they've announced that now.
You know?
Yeah.
So this is like.
I would have preferred the 6-on-6 Survivor Series match personally. I think that would have been absolutely brilliant.
I just think that it's like it's not enough. So if they're expecting like we already were saying about like the buy rates or whatever gonna be down for this show because there's not enough interest. But look, there's 3 matches announced. They need to announce another 3 minimum on Raw if you're talking about like a big pay-per-view, one of the big 4 pay-per-views. And like, where are they going to come from? What are the 3 matches that we're going to see on this show?
I think they have to put a big Survivor Series match together, like a 4-on-4 or a 5-on-5, and they'll probably use the tag division for that. They'll use like the Shield, the Wyatts. No, I can't use the Wyatts. Sorry, the Shield, Real Americans, all those sorts of guys. CodyDust, and the Usos.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have the 4-corner tag team match that we're asking for. Maybe we'll have like Usos, CodyDust, Real Americans, and Shield. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, well, there you go. Raw in
Survivor Series, they had SummerSlam. They had 8 matches plus a kickoff, and we've got 3.
But I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised because they've been ballsing up since SummerSlam when they changed the writer and creative and stuff. They have been ballsing up so much stuff and leaving it so late, and I don't understand why they haven't learned this lesson. And they don't, and they keep questioning why buy rates are so low, like. But yet people like us can just say, well, it's because you don't plan far ahead enough. You know, it's when it's Survivor Series next week.
Yeah.
Like,
next
you know, 3 matches. I really do hope that come Royal Rumble, they just have their shit planned as they always do. Usually, Royal Rumble, February pay-per-view, and WrestleMania is usually tight. They usually got that sorted months ahead. So why can't they do the rest? It's like they don't pay attention to the finer details. They just pay attention to the big things. But I personally don't think that Survivor Series ain't gonna be nothing special at all. So yeah, looks like we've got to wait to Rumble, guys, to see anything good again. Anywho, that's the end of Raw, people. Raw rating, guys. Shugs.
I'm just gonna go straight 5.
5.
Bullshit.
There you go, Jace.
Strong finish, 7.
Ooh, Steve.
I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go 6.
6. Okay, there you hear it.
What about you, Kinny? How do you feel?
How do I feel? It doesn't matter how I feel. No, yeah, I think I give it a 6 as well, man. I didn't like it. I didn't like Raw this week. I fast forwarded it quite a bit actually. Didn't really like it. End of story. Shugs, fan feedback.
Fan feedback. Okay, so we got a long email from James Powers. Is he still gonna be on the show? Is it next week he's gonna be on the show?
Yep.
Yep, next week. So he talks about the opening segment, and then similar to what we said, good thing in WWE, SmackDown General Manager's decision is final on Monday Night Raw. That was a good way to show Kane's new authority. Not. Backstage segments between Orton and the Authority. Orton screaming at them all. A nice bit of comedy from Kane to close the segment. Says, now I don't know what Ziggy has done to upset the WWE Big Brass, but why the hell, as a wrestler of Ziggy's talent, having a job someone like Curtis Axel? He has no personality. He has nothing. Curtis Axel is pointless. Ooh. Nobody likes Curtis Axel. So up next, John Cena against Real Americans. So it says in capital letters, this to me says the WWE is still trying to get across that Cena is fully recovered from his injury. It was actually quite good match as Cena taking the win. Straight after the match, ADR attacked John Cena. He applied the cross arm breaker through a chair. Biggie broke it up. I can't say that WWE having ADR attacking Cena from behind puts him across as a credible opponent to Cena. Just makes him look cheap. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus The Shield. Good main event, back and forth until the Wyatts interfered. The Shield and the Wyatts threw punches over until the look down at Bryan and Punk were ringside. Okay, so right as you are all aware, WWE is in Europe. This week I had the pleasure of attending 2 house shows in Birmingham and Leeds. So he's talking about Birmingham. First of all, I had my sign taken off me by security as I went across the WWE's policy. What the fuck? He doesn't say what his sign said. So Diego defeated Jack Swagger. So is that one of the Los Matadors?
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose beat Big E and Ziggler to retain the US title. Natalya beat Oksana via submission. Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. Miz turned heel halfway through the match. Kingston took the win. CodyDust beat Groans and Reigns to retain the tag team titles. Santino beat Fandango with Summer Rae and pure comedy from Santino. Damien Sandow beat Zack Ryder in an extended version of a squash match. Randy Orton versus Big Show came out to distract Show. Orton took the win to retain. And then Leeds, he said, once again, upon arriving at Leeds, I had my sign taken off me, not impressed. And then Unico beat Camacho.
Unico and Camacho.
They're back, mate. They were,
They're back.
Camacho was on NXT and Unico was on SmackDown.
Wow.
Bella Twins beat AJ Lee and Tamina. Great Khali squashed Jinder. CM Punk and Bryan versus the Wyatt family. Punk and Bryan took the win. Usos beat the Job Squad, in brackets 3MB, and Curtis Axel beat R-Truth. Curtis Axel has defended the IC title more times in the last 10 days than he has in the last 6 months. And then John Cena versus ADR, good match in front of a live crowd. Cena taking the win. Cena was down for a long time. The WWE medical team seemed genuinely concerned for Cena. After about 10 minutes, Cena got up and hobbled to the back. He was visibly limping. Close the show. The house shows were far better than Raw.
Wow, James, in depth. Man actually went Birmingham and Leeds.
So that was on the 14th, the one that was in Leeds when Cena was looked like he was injured. So it's only a few days ago.
Wow. Well, thanks, James. I mean, you're on the show next week, so
I'm gonna have to tweet him right now to find out about them signs, or maybe I'll save it for next week's show.
Yeah, save it for next week. He already tweeted out this morning saying, that we're giving us a shout out this morning. He obviously knew we were recording, so big up James Powers on the show next week. Yorkshire lad. Yeah, done know. Okay, so we're going to go to a little break now, and then we'll be back with Smackdown in 60 seconds, Sugs Stunners, and guys, we have the return of Beat the Clock, Kinny versus
I forgot about that bullshit.
Sugs. Kinny versus Sugs with Master of Top Rope Elbow, Steve being the Quizmaster. Just make sure you come back. Peace.
Be sure to listen to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
What?
Every Sunday with Kenny Killa and the Galdem Sugar Sugs.
Yes!
with all the news, views, and laughter that you want.
They like jet airplanes. Woo! They like long limousines.
Every Sunday, the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Podomatic, iTunes, and YouTube.
So why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
And we are back, people. Sunday Segue, episode 34. Guys, it's Kinny Killa with the Gal of Sugar Shugs with Jason, Clarkson, and Steve Dawson. Now, we're going to go into Smackdown, in 60 seconds. So roll with it, Shugs.
Okay, so Usos v Wyatt. Usos win, and Bray comes in to attack the Usos after the match. The Usos didn't win, the Wyatts won. Bray comes in to attack the Usos after the match. Deliver his sister Abigail, delivers a promo on CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, and tells them to just run. Ryback and Weetabix chatting backstage, saying they're no longer Heyman guys. Then we have a comedy segment, Truth and Primetime Players. Truth raps, and then Big Deal, Titus O'Neil does a rap, and then the next guy with the Black John Cena starts doing a little sing along. We believe the children are the future. A joke segment. And we have Primetime Players and Truth versus Union Jacks. Primetime Players and Truth win, and then they put on the Union Jacks jackets and have a little millions of dollars dance. Arm wrestling challenge. Cena wins. Del Rio says he wasn't ready. Then Cena wins again, and then Del Rio gets a chair, puts it on the good arm of Cena, and John Cena gets away, and Del Rio throws him through a table. Bellas versus the Funkadactyls. Naomi gets out of a face buster and then connects with the rear view for the win. Great Khali versus Unico and Camacho, and the Great Khali wins. And then we have Punk and Bryan versus Axel and Ryback. Axel gets put in the yes lock, the Wyatts interrupt, then Harper and Rowan in the ring, but Punk and Bryan are gone. Ryback pushes Axel into the Wyatts, and then they give the beat down. Then they give Ryback the beat down. We get Punk and Bryan come from under the ring. They do a quick hit and run, and then leave. Fade to black.
And they did drive-bys. I love it. Alright, people. They're about to get caught with the Sugs Stunners.
Alright, so Jobber of the Week. This is hard because when you give a show 5 out of 10, obviously there's a lot of jobs going on. So I'm gonna give Jobber of the Week to Ziggler. Because, you know, if you can't beat Curtis Axel, you know, you need to take a look at yourself. So, you know, Ziggler, Jobber of the Week. Sorry, mate. I hate to do it, but that's it. Move of the Week. I can't even remember anything good from any of these matches in the whole week. Wow. So, Move of the Week, I'm going to give to Santino just for running round and putting horns onto the Cobra. So that's going to be the Move of the Week. Cobra with the horns. And Wrestler of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Who's going to be the Wrestler of the Week? I'm going to give it to Damien Sandow. Okay. Beating Kofi and just going in on his chupid nappy head.
Oh, Sandow takes it down. Okay, people, it is return of Beat the Clock. Shugs, you ready? Steve, you ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Name three of the participants in the first Elimination Chamber match.
Oh, Kane, RVD, Shawn Michaels.
Yep, correct. In what year was the first Hell in a Cell match?
98.
Nope.
Shit, 97. 97.
Yep. Whose finishing move was called the Play of the Day?
The Play of the Day. MVP.
Correct. Who did Kane beat in the shortest WrestleMania match of all time?
Oh, pass.
Pass. Name one of the wrestlers Big Show beat in a triple threat match to win his first world title.
Triple H.
Correct. Apart from CM Punk, name a member of the Straight Edge Society.
Oh, Luke Gallows.
Correct. Who won the last Money in the Bank ladder match to be held at a WrestleMania?
Oh, CM Punk.
No.
Pass.
Who was billed as being from parts unknown?
Ultimate Warrior.
Correct. Which WrestleMania was the first where a heel left the show as WWE champion?
Pass.
Pass. Who did Roddy Piper hit over the head with a coconut on Piper's Pit?
Snooker.
Snooker, correct. Back to the start. Who did Kane...
Wait a minute. Wait. A minute's gone, mate.
Oh, is it?
A minute is gone.
Okay.
A minute is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, no, a minute is
time.
gone.
So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, are you keeping an eye on it, mate?
No, you do it, Kinny.
Alright, cool.
We'll have
All
an independent. You can be Norris McWhirter.
3, 2, 1, go.
Name 3 men who have won the Royal Rumble from either number 1 or number 2.
Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
And Steve Austin.
Nope.
Pass.
Pass. In what year was the first Elimination Chamber match?
99.
Nope.
2000.
Nope.
2001.
Nope.
98.
Nope.
Pass.
You want to pass?
Pass.
Whose finishing move was called Starship Pain?
John Morrison.
Yep. Which date was Kane tormented by in 2006?
Oh, it was the date of that stupid movie coming out. May 14th.
Close.
May 10th, 13th, 11th, 15th, 16th. Pass.
Keep going up. Pass. Who did Bret Hart beat to win his first WWE title?
Shawn Michaels.
No.
Razor Ramon.
No.
Diesel.
No.
Bob
Didn't even
Backlund.
need a time limit on Shucks, it doesn't matter.
Pass.
That's it, mate. The minute is gone.
Oh, man.
The thing is,
dear.
going up against Kinny, like, you're fucked.
No, because
You are Google. That's what you are. That's why when it's a pub quiz, I always take you. Because this is...
Oh my god. Steve, how much did you get?
2.
He got 1.
1. I thought I got 2. No. 1.
You nearly got 2. You just went. You decided to pass, man. The Elimination Chamber. You went 2001, and I was waiting for you to go 2002, and then you went 98. Oh god. Steve, you want to go through the questions, mate? The answers.
Yeah. Well, your questions first. Ones you didn't get. Where are we? Who did Kane beat in the shortest WrestleMania match? That was Chavo Guerrero.
Okay.
Who won the last Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania was Jack Swagger.
Oh.
Which WrestleMania was the first where a heel left as champion was WrestleMania 16, when Triple H won.
Okay. Shug's questions.
Yeah, Sugar's questions. Name 3 men who have won the Royal Rumble from 1 or 2.
Benoit.
You got Shawn Michaels and Benoit.
He's been removed from history. That doesn't count. He never existed.
He never existed, but you could have also
Ric
had Rey Mysterio or Mr. McMahon.
McMahon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. First Elimination Chamber was 2002. Kane was tormented by May 19th. I think he said every other May date but that one. Bret Hart beat Ric Flair for his first WWE title.
In 92 in Saskatoon.
Yeah, that's right. And no, he didn't get to that one. So yeah, that's those ones.
Okay. Wow. I think the next one, me and Steve got to go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing some hardcore research. You're getting 0 each.
Okay. Yeah, I think the next one, me and Steve, that will be definitely interesting because, yeah, I am a bit of a. Well, there's not even a bit. Yeah.
Freak.
And Bingus tells me you are too, Steve. So.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Well,
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. So it looks like that's the match off. That's the match off. Okay, so look forward to that. All right, so Killa takes it down. Killa takes it down. All right, sorry for the going. All right, so that's the end of the show, people. End of the show. Next week we are gonna have James Powers, first guy to message on the message board, so he gets his chance next week. Also, hopefully we have Steve. You about?
I won't be around next week. I'm away in Cambridge for the weekend.
Okay.
Having a bit of fun.
So we get a little bit of break in Steve's streak. So
Yeah, the streak is over.
Maybe Lewis Hatton. Yeah, fuck you too, Shug. Fuck you too. Maybe Lewis Hatton will be on the show next week. I'll speak to Jason a week, see if he's going to be on, because you never know. He just turns up.
It all depends on if Bingus is on. That's my alter ego, you see.
Yeah, just gonna have to see. All right.
For those that are wondering why he's laughing, it's because in the Skype chat right now, Shugs is feeling a bit sore after his loss, so he's expressing his disdain via the chat. And they're typing now. Okay. Some fruitful language there by. Oh, okay. Yep. That's.
We won't refer to this online. Okay. Well, guys, Jace, thanks as always.
No problem.
And Steve, mate, wicked quizmaster, wicked questions.
Thank you.
I'll give you that tenner later for the questions.
You're not meant to mention that.
Shugs, cannot do it without Shugs. I know you said I'm a punk ass MF, but it's cool, dog. I can't do it without you.
That's okay, man. It's okay.
This week's In the Words Of is by Owen Hart. Just after Survivor Series 94 match where Bret Hart takes on Bob Backlund for the world title submission match, we just had Owen Hart get his mum to throw in the towel, which means Bret Hart lost. He turns out to be a quitter, and this is the promo with Todd Pettingill. Here we go, in the words of Owen Hart.
Thank you very much, Vince. I am standing with Owen Hart. Obviously, we've just witnessed we thought you were having compassion for your brother. Vince McMahon said we're seeing the true Owen Hart. This obviously was some sort of setup.
A setup? You got it right, it was a setup. This is the greatest Thanksgiving of my life. And Mom and Dad, you fell right into my trap. You threw in the towel, and Bret, you're no longer the WWF champion. Mr. Backlund is. And Bret, I could have beaten you before, but you cheated. But now, you're nothing. You're below me. You're down there in the gutter. You're a loser. And I'm the king. And Bret, you're nobody. You're a quitter, Bret. Mom and Dad threw in the towel, and you're history, Bret. And I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And don't you forget it, brother. Woo! And you can choke on that, slap nuts. End of show. Oh, guys, it's been a bit.
Go suck yourself, Kinny. Dry foot having bit ass the Django suntan neck. Oh my god.
Shugs.